Making men weak. The truth about beef. The Veggie Burger Vegan Agenda.
One and only Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I ate a lot of meat.
Yeah, man. And it got you totally jacked and played a significant part in helping you build one of the best bodies in the world.
They showed us commercials
Steak. That's what a man eats.
selling that idea that real men eat meat.
Serious
Not from Taco Bell or fast food joints.
man food.
But you got to understand, that's marketing. That's not based on reality.
I've been teaching fighting techniques to government agencies for more than 15 years. Then I got injured. Unable to teach for at least 6 months, I spent more than 1,000 hours studying science on recovery and nutrition, and stumbled across a study about the Roman gladiators.
The gladiators were predominantly vegetarian.
They were fed grains to fatten them up, so the fat would protect their internal organs, so they were more likely to survive to the next battle. They were essentially fat entertainment cattle.
How could the original professional fighters be so powerful, eating only plants?
When I made the switch to a plant-based diet, I qualified for my 3rd Olympic team. I broke 2 American records. I was like, man, I should have done this a long while ago.
When I went plant-based, I wasn't sure if I was going to survive. And I actually became like a machine.
I do believe that blood type A people can survive on a plant-based diet, but that's only 27% of the population. That's why I also believe only a fraction of people can go on a plant-based diet long term. And the remaining 75% of people get sick when they try to go vegan.
One of the biggest misconceptions in sports nutrition is that we have to have animal protein to perform at a high level. That's just not true.
Sometimes you have to do things that you know your competitors aren't doing.
Today's blood and yesterday's blood.
Damn, yesterday's blood had way more testosterone.
I think this is going to wake a lot of people up.
I was recovering better, not getting as sore. This was our best season in the last 15 years, and we had 14 guys on plant-based diets.
We all want to feel great, have more energy.
Cholesterol was 276. Today, 169.
Whoa, now you're talking.
Most guys my age can keep up with the grandchildren. My grandchildren can't keep up with me.
TRT is pretty darn effective.
It's not one set of dietary guidelines for improving your performance as an athlete, another one for reversing heart disease, reversing diabetes. It's the same for all of them.
Someone asked me, how could you get as strong as an ox without eating any meat? And my answer was, have you ever seen an ox eating meat?
Have you ever seen a human with 4 stomachs full of microorganisms that can create B12 and essential amino acids? Monsanto and the Illuminati present The Game Changers. Bad Boy D TV. Making men weak. The truth about beef. The Veggie Burger Vegan Agenda. Working in retail over the years, I've noticed more and more a push for veggie burgers. And now, more than ever, it's insane the amount of frozen veggie patties in even the most basic supermarket. They almost outweigh the real meat patties. What really grabbed my attention is when I was coming back from the gym one day and I noticed Tim Hortons, which is a coffee place, and I didn't even know they served burgers, period, had a huge banner for their new veggie burger. And I thought, for real, even Tim Hortons is making veggie burgers now? Come on. And I got to thinking about my own little conspiracy theory, and it's not my own little, there's other people that have brought this to light. But there's a real agenda to push people more vegan. Because most people don't realize, even in fast food, even though it's mostly cut with soy filler, anyhow, there's your soy for you. It's filled with soy filler or oatmeal and things like that. It's not the best form, obviously, but the most nutritious part of the fast food meal is beef. It's the beef that has the most nutrients. So the way they see it, in my book, if they want to fatten up and make the population sick, well, what's one step further? We're feeding them these French fries that are far more carcinogenic than cigarettes. We're having them slurp down a triple-size large soft drink that's 3 times bigger than it was 20 years ago. We got all those bases covered. What else can we do to make these foods even less healthy? Let's take out the most nutritious part, the only protein that actually nourishes the person. And even though it's terrible quality, it's the only nutritious part of what these fast food places have to offer. And they're replacing it with, like, what I've read tons of times, the ingredients in these veggie patties. There's sprouted soy in some, and some of the high quality ones will put some legit, like, vegetables, some things that are a little bit healthy for you. But for the most part, it's wheat gluten and soy. So you're getting wheat gluten from the bun and more wheat gluten from this veggie patty. So you're getting all kinds of protein inhibitors from the beans and the wheat they put in there. The source of protein is gluten. Most people don't know that. Gluten is a protein. When you look at your bread, that protein is gluten. So you're getting gluten protein and soy protein and just chock full of protease inhibitors. So you're not even absorbing barely any of the protein you're ingesting anyhow. Not to mention the mold particles that wheat contains, that is a super potent estrogen, and the phytoestrogens in the soy. So they've taken out the most nutritious part of what a burger is and just destroyed it. And they're trying to push it on people, and they're trying to make them as palatable and delicious as possible. To me, the reason a lot of vegans crave these meat replacements too is the fact that their body's deprived of nutrients and essential amino acids and certain compounds that only meat provides. So they're craving it so bad they will eat a subpar substitute just to somewhat curb that craving, even though the underlying craving is because their body requires the nutrients from the real thing, the meat itself. Because I will be the first to say I do believe eating beef is manly.
Ordered a jalapeno burger, a chicken fried steak sandwich, a chili cheese dog with extra onions.
For 1 second, I believe fruits and vegetables are an incredible addition to having good quality red meats in your diet. To me, I consider some plants anabolic activators. Like spinach contains ecdysteroids that can help you build muscle mass. There's compounds in mustard that have been discovered to help with protein synthesis. There is a lot of compounds in certain fruits and vegetables that can help stimulate protein synthesis. But the thing is you have to have the protein, you have to have the meat itself for that protein synthesis to transpire. Most plant compounds require good fats like the ones from meat to absorb those phytonutrients, those plant nutrients in the first place. With some of us red pill men, it's a joke about soy boys and stuff like that. It's basically the new term for girly man, being a little girly man, the soy boys. But there is some truth to that. Like, I have never in my life, and I've worked in the health food industry for over a decade, met a vegan that is masculine or strong or pose the threat. They're quite docile and doe-eyed. I don't know if it's just that genetic personality trait that makes you tend to be more vegan. I don't know, but I've never met a strong masculine man that was a vegan, and I've run into a lot of vegans. I tried it for a week or two once. I tried being vegan. I even was supplementing to make sure that I wouldn't lose muscle. I was taking taurine and creatine and branched chain amino acids with my meals, I was eating black-eyed peas, and I was trying to get enough vegan protein, and in just that 2 weeks, I lost a lot of muscle mass. Being a vegan will help you lose some temporary weight, like real quick, because I feel you're depriving yourself of nutrients, and a lot of the weight on the scale, that weight is going to be muscle mass. A lot of folks just can't stay on it long term. And as I mentioned previously, I think the few that can are blood type A's. I somewhat do the blood type diet. It's something interesting to look into. Swine and pork are a void across the board for every blood type. Blood type A's, which is 25%, they're still encouraged to have some fish and turkey. And blood type O's, which is the majority, we thrive off red meat. Something to look into. I'm not pushing it on you. I do believe in different diets where metabolic activity and things of that nature are taken into account, and blood type is a good simple breakdown which can at least break you into different categories. I'm sure there's much more involved than just simply the blood type diet, and the author's written more books on that topic, different body types and metabolic types. But the blood type, it makes sense. We're different blood types. A blood type A can't transfuse into a blood type O. So there's definitely something to it. But all in all, if they keep pushing this vegan agenda, there's going to be a lot more sick, weakly, docile soy boys and soy girls populating this world. They don't want strong, masculine dudes that can fight back. They, and I'm sure when I say they, you know who I'm talking about, they are probably quite pleased seeing the majority of the world turning into docile, weak, blue-pilled, poor excuses for men. Thanks for watching Bat Boy DTV. This has been his take on the Veggie Burger Vegan Agenda. Shout out to Undead Chronic. Let's destroy the soy. Check out my latest video in the top left corner. Check out another video right under that. Check out another cool video in the bottom right corner. And subscribe to BBD in the top right corner. I wish you peace and blessings, man. I'm out of here.